I wonder how this is going to be spun because I guarantee you there's no way that he just said a bloodbath alone.
It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That will be the least of it. Now, the Trump team quickly said last night, nothing to see here. He was just talking about the auto industry. Consider the full context, everyone. Otherwise, it's irresponsible. Well, if they want us to consider the full context, let's do just that. Because the full context is that Trump kicked off this same exact rally by saluting the people who were convicted for the deadly assault on the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, all to the tune of the national anthem sung by a choir of imprisoned insurrectionists.
We're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it.
I just want to say that the Republicans are saying that he's using bloodbath in the correct definition of the word, right? Or his supporters. I don't want to say Republicans, which is there's a definition on the Merriam-Webster that says like economic downturn, economic chaos or whatever. but there's no way that he means it that way.
He doesn't know that.
Hold on, but there's absolutely, even if he did, there's absolutely no way he means it that way, because in that very video he goes, when he's talking about economics, he goes, actually, if I don't get elected, economics is the least of all problems because we'll have a bloodbath. So he's saying that content is the least of the problem. Like, he's letting you know, and they just playing it on faces.
He pivoted. He pivoted from the auto industry talk by saying that it's going to be this, so this is going to be the least of your worries. Actually, this video is a great example of what I hate in this country, all right? And it's not going to be exactly what you think, because a lot of people might, look at me, look at us, and think that I'm just like a left-leaning, woke, liberal type of stuff. No. If you hear that and think that I'm conservative and stuff like that, I'm Republican, no, you're wrong again. I hate, checkmate. I hate the two-party system in our country. I think the two-party system is, number one, it's what our founders did not want. I think that I think that this video, though, is a perfect example. You have the MSNBC host saying that he's saluting, or at this rally, saluting all the people from the January 6th.
So you don't think he's saluting them?
I think that stating that is as a blanket statement is an exaggeration that the left will use and MSNBC will use to their benefit, because make no mistake, Trump is 100% ratings for MSNBC. People are not watching the news like that anymore. But Trump is in the race now. They are so excited. So, of course, they're going to say, yeah, he's saluting all the people from January 6th. How in the world would you be able to even tell that? You have the IDs of everyone that is in front of him right there? It makes no sense. It's an exaggerated statement. But at the same time, you have, on the other side of that, you have Trump saying, it's going to be a bloodbath. I thought it was going to be an example. I thought it was going to be an example of, oh, look, they're taking this out of context. But no, he actually said it's going to be a bloodbath. And he's not even talking about like, oh, it's going to be a bloodbath because no one's going to be able to get a car. No, he's actually claiming this mysterious bloodbath that's going to occur. And I wonder why.
They try so hard to demonize Trump every chance they get. Like, whatever he does, they try to make him look like the worst, and they paint every single picture to make it look crazy. When you don't have to, he does it by himself. Like, just cover him honestly. Now, my opinion on this is I've never in my life ever seen two candidates want you not to vote for them so bad in my life. like they both every day. They both get on Al Gore's internet every single day, and they just keep doing more and more things that go, is anyone else out there? Like, yeah. I will write in at this point, Eminem. He could be my president. Okay, anyone. Benzino could be president. I'm okay with Benzino being president. He's just going to cry a little bit, but at the end, he's going to be like, let's bring everybody together. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gangster though. I kill you.
You imagine Benzino in the debate? Everybody killing each other, man. God gave us hip hop to save us.
I was segregated.
God gave us democracy.
I don't even want to vote for no one.
No,
but one of these guys is gonna run the country.
I think here's the thing. Trump was somewhat. He would be able to before like find a way out, right? Like there would be this like little open door that he could squeeze through of like way out of like talking about like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. I meant it like, you took it like that. The woke left. They took it like that. That's initially, that's before. But it's now it seems like what has happened is that they've both entered into an age of being just senile.
Yo, Emmanuel,
and he has no.
The boy said he's loading his AR 1/6. Crazy.
But he doesn't have like he's just talking now, and he's saying a bunch of crazy stuff, dude. And then he goes on wild tangents like your grandfather.
That's because this election, the 2024 election, should be called 2024 presidential elections. Who has the least dementia?
Yeah, that's essentially where we're at. That's essentially where we're at. Shalon, what's up? She says he meant what he said. Don't sleep on him, especially those that follow him. Yeah, see, that's the thing that kind of scares me, because even if he wants to say he means something else,
he's harmless.
His followers will take it in a whole nother way, dude.
They're harmless.
If he wants to.
Yeah, I feel like he knows what he's doing when he says certain things. Like, I feel like you can't put it past Trump. Like,
stand back and stand by.
Yeah, I feel like it's too many times where he says something on accident, or it's not really true, or whatever the case may be. And then all of his followers know exactly what to do. Like, that's so weird.
The boy is harmless though.
I think he's got like a Slack with them or something like that. Like he just like messages them on the side or something.
All they're gonna do is wear like Viking hats and step on Congress again.
Both sides of this is reckless. Both sides of this is crazy, and it's driving our country insane because we only think in zeros and ones. Like, that's all we do. It's either you're part of this team or you're part of that team. And if you say something that's kind of part of that other side, then I label you as that other side and I treat you as such. So that's my whole point of this. I'm not for either. I think both is insane. Now, do I want Trump? No. But I guarantee you, I also do not want Biden. What am I more afraid of, though? I have more fear of Trump being president. I will say that. I do, because of statements like this, because what I've already seen being done.
So I got a question, though. For the chat, this is for the chat, and this is for y'all. Are y'all really, you feel like Trump is threatening? Like, you feel like he is a legitimate threat, that he's saying that it'll be a bloodbath? Because I think it's no one's going to really ride out for him like the way he think he is. Like, if I think January 6th is the best you got. That's the best you get. And that was because he was in power.
I'm worried about this election cycle. I'm terrified. Make no mistake, I'm terrified. Here's the thing, guys, because I agree.
Listen to this though. Listen to how it's going to happen. Because the person in power right now is Joe Biden, right?
Right.
If he wins again, he's still the person in power, Joe Biden. So he will still be, for January 6th, the person in power. So he's still the chief of our U.S. military. No one is doing anything. Like, he's going to repeat his presidency. No one is doing anything. And if they are, it's not going to go far. Because the only reason the January 6th insurrection even happened the way it happened is because I think the Capitol Police wasn't really on it like that. Not this time.
Capitol Police was walking, taking them for a tour. Yeah,
they're not doing this again. Especially not if Joe Biden if Joe Biden wins, he's the one in power, and he's going to be the one in power after January 6th.
So it's a multitude. It's a multitude here. But here's the thing: it's a multitude. One, I agree with Renee. It's not. I'm not saying it's the same. It's obviously worse. But what often happens is that the games that Democrats will play is often overlooked because the right is so ridiculous. So I'm in a place of like I see both of y'all hands. But yes, I'm more terrified. Make no mistake, I'm more terrified of a Trump presidency or a Trump loss. I am. And I disagree with you, Jay. I think because it happened once, it can happen again. I think all that showed me is that people are ready to go to stand back and stand by. People are ready to go to town. And you're talking about people that are walking armories. What do you think they were doing these last 4 years? What do you think they were doing? Because they knew that Trump was going to run again. What were they doing? What in the world were they doing? They just sitting on their knees believing that oh yeah, I guess he really won. I guess we were all wrong. No. Q said and get your gun and try that in a small town. All right. That was the last 4 years for them.
It's not going to play out like January 6th.
All right. So what I'm saying is that you had multiple things that went into January 6th, but at the top of all this is all of Trump's followers that were willing to storm the Capitol to fight for democracy. Okay, 100%. Now, what do you think? There's gonna be real life hell divers going on right in this next joint. I'm terrified. I'm terrified of this election cycle. I really am, because either way, it's gonna be a terrifying outlook. I'm not voting. You want to hear what I'm doing? I'm not voting. I'm done. I wouldn't be surprised if you have the beginnings of actually I think we already saw the beginnings of a civil war.
Now,
but if you go to the next level with this,
you heard? I'm now voting for Biden, so I can say I told you so when you guys see that nothing really happened. Amber said I agree with you, Joe. I don't want either.
Shalon said, yes, he was saluting the national anthem, but the national anthem was being sung by who they call the January 6 hostages. So they're essentially glorifying criminals. See, that's crazy. That is crazy.
And Michael Facey thinks bad move not voting alive.
Okay, Mike, here's the thing, dude. It might be a bad move, but I don't think that Joe Biden has moved the needle. I think that his stance in this Israel-Gaza thing, I do not agree with at all. And I think it's actually putting us all in a position where we're supporting in many ways a genocide. All right. I think that that he hasn't done anything substantial for the black community that put him in office. I think that a woman vice president who is of color has gotten zero light. All right, zero shine. Now that's partially on her, absolutely, and it's not like I wanted her because I never trusted her to begin with. But my point is that he could have been doing something to motivate that along as well. So it's just I just don't see how I can't go in there and then do this again. I'm gonna be doing this again because it's not like I was crazy. It's not like I was crazy about Joe last time either, but it was the better of two evils type of situation.